seldom has our failure to build a just international order been more shocking than in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The courageous work of Gush Shalom and its co-founders Uri and Avnery shows the only realistic way forward. The jury honors the Avnerys and all Gush Shalom activists for their unwavering conviction in the most difficult and dangerous circumstances that peace and an end to terrorism can be achieved only through justice and reconciliation. Since its foundation in 1993, Gush Shalom has organized hundreds of demonstrations, protests and actions, including rebuilding the demolished houses of Palestinians, demonstrating against the expropriation of Palestinian land, and giving support to the Oslo peace process. During the current upsurge in violence, Gush Shalom has persevered with demonstrations against excesses of the Israeli security forces and non-violent practical support for Palestinian villages that are cut off, demolished or threatened by settlements. Gush Shalom activists are regularly arrested and abused, but their presence in situations of conflict undoubtedly does much to prevent the mistreatment of Palestinians. Before co-founding Gush Shalom, Uri Avnery worked for many years as an author, editor, MP and activist to promote Israeli-Palestinian reconciliation. For this he has suffered numerous attacks, including arson and an assassination attempt. It is with very great pleasure that I present the 2001 Right Livelihood Award to Gush Shalom and its co-founders Uri and Avnery.
Madam Speaker, honorary members of Parliament, Jacob von Uxel, the Honorable Ambassador of Palestine, I would have liked to greet my own ambassador too, but he is not here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start on a personal note. On this day, the 7th of December, exactly 53 years ago, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was hit in the belly by a burst of machine gun bullets. It was broad daylight and I was lying in full view of the enemy machine gun. But 4 of my soldiers, new immigrants from Morocco, ran up to me and under fierce fire carried me to safety. After a long and bumpy journey on a jeep without morphine, I reached the army hospital just in time for the doctors to operate on me and save my life. I lay there for many days, unable to sleep or eat, connected to pipes and instruments, surrounded by soldiers in agony, some dying, some losing limbs, and thinking about my comrades who had lost their lives or become invalids. Thinking about the unseen inhabitants of the Palestinian villages that my company had conquered. After all, we had often entered houses where the ovens were still hot and the uneaten meal was standing on the table, left behind by the families who had escaped only a few minutes before and become refugees. Refugees to this very day. Thinking about the tragedy of the war between these two peoples, we, the new Israelis, they, the Palestinians. I was 25 years old and had to decide what to do with the rest of my life. A life, I felt, that had been given to me as a gift by those 4 young men who risked theirs to save mine. Lying in bed, sleepless and forever thirsty, I decided that my life must have a purpose, and that the only purpose worth living for was to bring an end to this tragic war, to make peace between our peoples, the Israelis and the Palestinians. My goal became making peace, saving lives, and being part of the march of humanity towards a civilized world order without war and hunger and oppression. This prize is a tremendous encouragement to all of us. We accept it with gratitude and humility. It reminds us that ours is but a small part in a worldwide struggle for peace, justice, and equality between human beings and between nations for the preservation of our planet. No one symbolizes this determination more than Jacob von Uexküll, a real person of the 21st century. And when I saw these children dancing in front of us, I thought that it's our duty, those of us who are mature and old, to devote our years in order that these children who will live throughout the 21st century, that we leave to these children a better world than the one it is at this moment. I want to thank you, Jacob von Uexküll, and all his collaborators for doing all this for humankind. It can all be summed up in one word, which both in Hebrew and in Arabic means not only peace, but also wholeness, security, and well-being. Shalom in Hebrew, salam in Arabic.